Hello, everyone. Welcome to the EJG3 show. This is your host, Eddie Gallagher. In this episode, I will predict each division in the NFL and provide standings. I will not predict the team's record, just who's in fourth place, who's in third place, who's in second, and then last, who's going to win the division. Towards the end of the episode, I will also predict the seedings of who will be in the playoffs in the AFC and NFC. Let's get to it. So let's start with the NFC West. I got the Arizona Cardinals finishing in fourth place. Can Kyler Murray take the next step in the development? Because I know he signed a contract, but are the Cardinals committed to him? I'm not sure about that. And I think their defense is a little bit below average. I think the Arizona Cardinals will score a lot of points, but I also think they'll give up a lot of points. And I get it. The addition of Marvin Harrison Jr., will increase your wide receiver depth, but I just don't think the Cardinals are better than the rest of the teams in the NFC West. So I got them finishing in last place. In third place, I got the Seattle Seahawks. I think Geno Smith is a mid quarterback, and I love the Seahawks wide receiver group. And I get it. It's gonna be weird. New head coach. And how will he do? I thought he was pretty good in Baltimore on the defensive side. And I just think Geno Smith can get this team in third place. Now, I don't know what the record's going to be, but I could probably say about 7 wins. I wouldn't be shocked at all. I think they're going to be competitive in every game, but I just don't think they're talented enough yet. I think the Seahawks maybe next year got to look for a better quarterback in the offseason. Um, but I got them finishing third place. In in second place, I got the Rams. I love Matthew Stafford. I love Sean McVay. I love Nakua. I love Cooper Cup. I am a little worried about Aaron Donald leaving, because he was a big part of their defense last year. But I think the Rams can be good on defense. I trust good organizations, and the Rams are a good organization. And I got the Rams finishing second. In first place, I got the San Francisco 49ers. They just signed Brandon Ayuk, which makes me feeling a lot better about this pick. Uh, the Rams and 49ers were close, but I had the 49ers edging them out, because I think they have more talent on the offensive side, and I think they have a lot of talent on the defensive side with Bosa, and I trust their head coach and Kyle Shanahan. So I got the San Francisco um, finishing in first place. I hope Trent Williams comes back because he's a big part of their offense, protecting Brock Purdy. And if he doesn't come back, I do wonder, hey, is Brock Purdy going to struggle? Because if you look at the stats from last year, go look them up. Brock Purdy was not great. So but I do think Trent Williams will be back for week one. Let's go to the NFC South. Um, I got the Panthers finishing in fourth place. Can Bryce Young take the next step in his development at quarterback? He was a disastrous last year, but I think he will improve. I I just hope that he doesn't get injured because he's a small quarterback. Uh, and I don't think the Panthers have enough around him. Uh, I I don't love their owner. I think David Temper. How good is this defense? I'm not sure. Uh, so I got the Panthers at 4. Number 3, this was an easy choice. I got the Saints. I think Dennis Allen is on the hot seat. I think Alvin Kamara is old. I think Chris Olave is a good wide receiver, but he, how's he going to get the ball? Derek Carr, at the expectations last year, playoffs, he was awful. He was one of the worst quarterbacks. He couldn't throw the ball. And so I just don't trust the Saints because everyone's on the hot seat in that organization. Number 2, I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think they have good talent on the wide receiver, in Chris Godwin and Mike Williams. I think Baker Mayfield is an above average quarterback. And I think the Buccaneers will have a winning record this year. Does that mean playoffs? I'm not sure. But I think they will be competitive all year. And I'm interested in seeing, hey, was last year a fluke show for Baker Mayfield? I don't think so. But people are asking those questions. And number 1, in first place, I got the Falcons. I love the addition of Kirk Cousins. Um, I think Kirk Cousins, if healthy, is a good quarterback who can lead a team to win a division. They have good tight ends and Kyle Pitts, and they have good running backs and good wide receivers. I think the Falcons and Coach Raheem Morris, a defensive coach, will help the defense a lot. So I got the Falcons in first place. And I'm also picking the Falcons in first place because I think they have the best quarterback in the division. So that's why I got the Falcons in first place. Let's go to the NFC North. This was a hard division to pick because every team has a lot of talent. But at fourth place, I got the Vikings. Um, Justin Jefferson, stud. Addison's a stud. I love their coach, offensive coach, which is very important. I just don't trust Sam Darnold. I think Sam Darnold is going to struggle. Can he get to the ball to Justin Jefferson? But if he doesn't, what is Justin Jefferson's reaction going to be? Is he going to be happy? Is he going to be mad? And obviously, they don't have a backup because JJ McCarthy got injured. So I think they're going to ride with Sam Darnold all year, and hopefully, JJ McCarthy can learn as much as possible and get ready for the 2025 season. Uh, in third place, I got the Bears. This is a spicy team. Caleb Williams. People say that he's like Patrick Mahomes 2.0. We'll see. I like the addition of Keenan Allen. And last year they got DJ Moore. I think the Bears. Now Eberflus is on the hot seat, but I do have the Bears finishing in third place. I think they'll have a winning record because I think Caleb Williams is a stud. And in second place, I got the Packers. I think Jordan Love's going to take an extra step this year. His last 8 games down the stretch were amazing. In the Cowboys game, he really caught my eye. And they just have good talent in the wide receiver room. Now I am a little nervous about the defense. Can that improve? Because, as much as they have good offense, you got to stop teams from scoring. And last year, they could not stop the 49ers in that playoff game. So I'm very interested in seeing how the defense does for the Green Bay Packers. So I got them in second place. And then I got the Lions in first place. I think the Lions have a lot of wide receiver depth. I love their running back room. I think Jared Goff is a top 10 quarterback. And I think the Lions, this is their year because you know things change, coordinators get head coaching jobs. So I think the Lions have a lot of potential. They'll be, I believe, right there at the end. Um, so I got them in first place in the NFC North. Now let's go to the NFC East. In fourth place, I got the New York Giants. I do not trust Daniel Jones at all. They don't have a lot of talent on the offensive side. Um, they just lost Saquon Barkley and added Malik Neighbors, but if Malik Neighbors can't get the ball because you don't have a quarterback, and I do think the Giants have a potential to be the number one pick. In third place, this is a shocker. I got the Dallas Cowboys. I think it's been a noisy offseason. I think the Dallas Cowboys, Dak doesn't have an extension. Mike McCarthy doesn't have an extension. I think this is a team that could be 89-ish. I don't know. I just think how good is their running back room and how good is their wide receiver room without CD Lamb? That is a big question that I want to know. Um, so I got the Dallas Cowboys finishing third place. In second place, I got the Washington Commanders. I think this team, they got rid of their owner. I think the Commanders are going to be really good. I love their head coach. I think this guy can get the defensive side going in the right direction. I think Jaden McDaniels will make plays. So I got the Washington Commanders at number two. And then at first place, I got the Eagles. I think Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts will get back on track. I think, they were a little noisy in the offseason. There was an article saying that they didn't get along. I think they're going to try to correct that. Uh, I think adding Saquon Barkley really helps. Uh, will the loss of Jason Kelsey hurt the offensive line? We'll see. But I got the Eagles finishing in first place because they have the best talent on that team in the NFCs. Let's go to the AFC now. We'll start with the AFC West. In fourth place, I got the Raiders. Um, they don't have a quarterback. Aiden O'Connell, Gardner Minshew. I don't trust them. Uh, does Devontae Adams want to be there? We'll see. There's a possibility that he could get traded uh, mid-season. So we'll see. But I got them in last place. In third place, I got the Denver Broncos. I think Bo Nix will have a good year. Um, I think getting rid of Russell Wilson is an addition, not a subtraction, because Russell Wilson was awful. I think he really affected the locker room. And I think Sean Payne, I think his offensive genius will lead the Denver Broncos in the right direction. And I think Bo Nix will shock a lot of people this year. In second place, I got the LA Chargers. I think Herbert, he has a talent to be a top 10 quarterback. And I think Jim Harbaugh is a great coach. We saw him have success with the 49ers. We saw him success in Michigan. So I'm trusting Harbaugh. I think they're going to run the ball a lot. I think Herbert will make good decisions. And I got the Chargers in second place. And then in first place, it's so obvious. I got Kansas City Chiefs. I think Patrick Mahomes will win the division again. I think they'll probably be a top three seed, no doubt about it. Maybe even the number one seed. Um, and I think their defense, even though they lost Snead last year, I think still having Chris Jones there is going to have make that defense still one of the elite defenses in the NFL. AFC South, I got the Titans finishing in last place. I don't know what to make of Will Levis. I think the Titans, they have old wide receiver and DeAndre Hopkins. Is he going to be elite? Is he going to struggle? I'm not sure. Um, I'm not to make. I don't know what to make of the Titans defense. I mean, I know they added Snead, but I just don't trust Will Levis. So I got the Titans in fourth place. Fourth place. Number three, I got the Indianapolis Colts. I don't know what to make of their quarterback. I love their head coach, Shane Steichen. Um, I still think the Colts, they're saying they could shock people this season, but I am not buying it. Um, Number two, I got the Jacksonville Jaguars. They were in first place last year for the majority of the season. And then they struggled because Trevor Lawrence got injured. I think Trevor Lawrence and Doug Peterson will be successful this year. And they will finish above 500. And I think they'll win a lot of games this year. Number one, Houston Texans. I love CJ Stroud. I think CJ Stroud will take another level next year. I think adding Stephon Diggs will help. I think Stephon will be his behavior will be better because this is only 1 year. So he needs to be good and we'll see. I'm hiccuping. But I get Houston Texans number one. Let's go to the AFC North. I got the Pittsburgh Steelers finishing in last place. I think this will be the end of Mike Tomlin's run with the Steelers. I don't see him coming back. I know they have a great defense, but I don't trust your quarterback in Justin Fields or now Russell Wilson because we now know that he's a starter. But I just don't trust the Pittsburgh Steelers. Number three, Cleveland Browns. Again, how healthy is Deshaun Watson? Will Deshaun Watson be back to the old Deshaun Watson back in Houston? I don't think he's that guy anymore. So I think they have a real issue at quarterback. But I think their defense can carry them to a lot of wins. So I got the Browns finishing in third place. Number two, I got the Baltimore Ravens. I think Lamar will have another great year, but the Ravens, to me, they lost their defensive coordinator. How would that be adjusted? Uh, can Lamar take that next step in throwing the football? We'll see. He lost a lot of weight because he wanted to be faster running, but this is a passing league, and I think the Ravens are going to finish in second place. At number one, this is all about Joe Burrow's health. If he stays healthy, they're going to win the division. I think Joe Burrow is that type of player that can win a bunch of games and be Super Bowl contenders. If he's not healthy, they will struggle. And I think hopefully Jamar Chase will be back. I'm going to count on that. And I think T. Higgins. So they have two great wide receivers. And they have an offensive coach, which helps. So I got the Bengals in finishing in first place in that division. It's a tough division to pick. You could go with Baltimore or you could go with Bengals. I am picking the Bengals this year because I think they're neck and neck. So you can go either way. Uh, the AFC East, you got the Patriots. In fourth place. I think you're going to be really bad. They have the potential to be the number one pick, and I just don't think the Patriots will be good. They're starting Jacoby Brissett. They don't have enough talent around them, and I would say Drake May for the majority of the season. I wouldn't have him out there. I think have him learn, develop, and just get better at throwing the football. At number three, I do not trust this team at all. They are the hype team of the season. I got the Jets finishing in third place. How healthy is Aaron Rodgers? Robert Saleh is on the hot seat. I I know Garrett Wilson and Brees Hall, they're amazing. They're amazing players, but I don't trust the Jets because they are the Jets. So I had them finishing in third place. In second place, I got the Dolphins. I think Tua and McDaniel will get better. There's a question mark. Hey, can Tua play in the cold? We'll see. But the Dolphins have enough talent on offense to overcome their defensive deficiencies. And at number one, in first place, I'm not going to count this team out because they lost Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis. I'm going to trust Josh Allen to win the AFC East and Sean McDermott. I mean, these guys have proven they belong to be in first place in this division. And I think they'll be a Super Bowl contender. I know losing Matt Milano hurts, but Sean McDermott's still a good defensive coach, and I think he'll figure that out. So I got the Bills finishing in first place in the AFC East. All right, let's go to the NFC playoff picture where I will discuss the seedings. Um, in the number one seed in the NFC, it will be the Detroit Lions. Yes, I love this team a lot. They have a lot of talent, and I love their grittiness. So the Lions will be the first seed in the NFC. Number two seed, I got the Philadelphia Eagles. I think Hurts and the offense will be elite, and that's a team that could be a Super Bowl contender. Uh, and I think their defense will be really good. Number three, third seed in the NFC. I think they're going to take a step back, but they're going to be good. I got the 49ers. I think the 49ers will be the number third seed. They're a little older. And I think they're going to get banged up. But I think that's a team that can afford to have guys take day off, because they are so talented. The fourth seed, I got the Falcons. I got the Falcons winning the division. I think Kirk Cousins will be really good. I don't think you'll see Penix Jr. at all this year. So they are the fourth seed in the NFC. Number five seed, I got the Rams. I think the Rams will be really good. I think they can be very scary in the playoffs. I love Matthew Stafford. I love their wide receivers, and I love Sean McVay. They're going to make the playoffs, and they're going to be the fifth seed in the NFC. Number six seed, it's going to be the Packers. I think the Packers will be an elite offense. I am worried about their defense, but I think Jordan Love will take an extra step this year in his development. Number seven seed, yes, I got the Chicago Bears. The Bears will make the playoffs. Caleb Williams is a stud. He will prove that he was the number one pick in the NFC. And in the NFL draft. But I think the Bears will be really good. I think they have enough talent on the offensive side. Eberflus knows defense. So I got the Bears at the seventh spot. Let's go to the AFC playoffs. Number one seed. I got the defending champions, Kansas City Chiefs. I think they're going to be good. I think they're going to be tough to beat, but the Chiefs, you know, they are getting older. Kelsey's getting older, but I trust Patrick Mahomes when it counts, and they get the number one seed. Number two seed, I think they're going to be really good this year. I got the Houston Texans. I think the Texans will be one of the best teams. I think the Texans, CJ Stroud and Stephon and all that talent, they're going to produce a lot of points, so they're going to be a scary team. Number three seed will be the Buffalo Bills. And I have the Bills easily winning the AFC East. And I just think they're just not better than the Houston Texans and the Kansas City Chiefs right now. So I got them as the number third seed. Number four seed, this is all about Joe Burrow's health. I got the Bengals. I think the Bengals will be really good. I think they'll be scary in the playoffs. But I don't know if they have a lot of talent on that defensive side, so that's the only concern that I have. But they're the fourth seed. The fifth seed, the two-time MVP winner in Lamar Jackson. I got the Ravens. I got the Ravens being the fifth seed. I think the Ravens are still good enough, but I think they're going to take a step back. But they'll be relevant in the playoffs, and they're a scary wildcard team. Number six seed, I got the Dolphins. The Dolphins, they still got Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. They're still good enough to be in the wild card. And at the seventh spot, I got the Jaguars. And the Jaguars, to me, I think they fell off last year because Trevor Lawrence got hurt. And I think Trevor Lawrence is a good quarterback. And I think Trevor Lawrence will get the Jaguars into the playoffs. Now, my Super Bowl prediction, my early Super Bowl prediction, I got the Lions coming out of the NFC. And because I think they're the best team in the NFC, and they were so close last year. But they just lost to the 49ers because the 49ers were more experienced. And I think the experience last year from the Lions' perspective is going to help this team get better and better. So I got the Lions making it to the Super Bowl. This is tough. I got the Buffalo Bills coming out of the AFC. And I think the Bills and Lions are your Super Bowl 59 matchup. And I got the Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen, overcoming adversity with Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis. They will be Super Bowl champions. And I think it's going to be close because I think the Lions are a better team overall. But I think the Bills will get better and better during the season. So that is my season predictions. And it's going to be an amazing ride starting next week. Got the Ravens, Chiefs. Let's go. Let the season begin. Thank you for watching this episode.